Before we jump into this Chiefs mailbag, appreciate you guys submitting your questions. Subscribe to the channel if you are a real Chiefs fan. Don't be like that Raider fan in the chat right now. Subscribe if you're a member of Chiefs Kingdom, and don't forget to turn on those notifications because we have you covered with daily videos here on the Chiefs Report. Welcome in, mailbag time. Harrison Graham here answering your questions. The real Dirty Dan. Great episode. Who's your favorite wide receiver in this class? Just my favorite receiver, if you take team fit and scheme out of it, probably Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. But for the Chiefs, Jameson Williams. He's so fast. He's so explosive. I think he helps you replace Tyreek Hill, at least somewhat, if you bring him in here. Now, no one's Tyreek Hill, but not many guys give you 20 yards a catch either. Like, this guy out of Alabama is absolutely tremendous. You look at the numbers. I mean, he was awesome this past season. Now, he tore the ACL in the national title game, but I don't have major concerns with that. I think he's a great fit and a great player for Kansas City. Gas Pack, what would be a fair trade for OBJ? Well, he's not under contract. He's a free agent. Fair deal? Probably 1 year, $8 million, since he's going to miss games. Something like that. $6-8 million on a 1 year deal. If he plays well down the stretch, he gets a new deal with the team next year. I think somewhere in that range. Dale Webb Jr., any good players coming out of the University of Kansas? If there are, I haven't heard of them. I don't think so. Usually they'll have like a day 3 guy, but I don't think there's many this year, if any at all. Las Vegas Raiders, boo in the chat for this Raiders account. Why has the Gilmore and Bradberry buzz quieted down? Yeah, it's a good question, albeit from a Raiders account. There was a lot of buzz a couple weeks ago. Chiefs are either going to trade for Bradberry, sign Gilmore. Gilmore's getting interest from all over. But we do know with him, he's being patient. Now with Bradberry, the Giants would like to shed his contract before the draft. So they got a couple of weeks here. I don't know. I think something happens with Bradberry before the draft. Gilmore could wait until after the draft to sign, though. We'll have to wait and see. Now pick a corner. Who would you rather have in Kansas City? Type SG for Stephon Gilmore, or you can type JB for James Bradberry. I would prefer Gilmore. Let us know what you would prefer down below. Warrior Harris, should we trade up for a receiver or an edge in the draft? Yes. I'd be fine with either. Like if Kayvon Thibodeau slips outside the top 10, you could talk me into trading up for him. If Jameson Williams or Chris Olave or someone, if Garrett Wilson slips, you trade up for him. I'd be fine with that. So, yeah, those are two positions I would trade up for, absolutely. We got Chris in the chat. Are you fully sold on the Clyde Ronald Jones combo, or would you like to see a potential upgrade through one of the 12 picks? Like I said during that Chiefs ESPN mock draft reaction, don't be shocked they draft it back. Now, I don't know if they would draft someone high enough that would unseat and be a clear-cut starter. Like, I don't think they're going to draft Kenneth Walker in the first or second round, or Breece Hall, although Todd McShay had him going Breece Hall. But I'm open to it. I'm not spending a first-round pick on a running back. I think the Chiefs learned their lesson with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So the answer is I'm not completely sold on it. I think it's a decent combination, but I do think they'll add another running back. PS4, the new frontier, if they had to, how high should they trade up? Well, they don't have to, but if they want to secure like a Jameson Williams, you should be prepared to trade up around pick 15 or 16. I think he could go that high. So I think middle of the first is a spot that they could move up to with a team like, where's the Saints are picking at 16 now. They're not gonna trade though, because they just made that trade with Philly. So you'd have to get above New Orleans now. Giants are at picks 5 and 7. It's too early. I don't know. Maybe a team like Baltimore. They're like in the mid-teens. That could be a team to look out for. We'll have to wait and see. Gas Pack, am I the only one who thinks Drake London is ranked too high in the draft? Just feel like his floor is too low. Kind of with you. Look, The guy's a freak. He's 6'5", 210, and he can run like a deer. But injury concerns, somewhat inconsistent play. I don't think he should be this top 10 lock. I mean, some people have him going 4th overall in the draft. I'm like, Jamar Chase went 5th, and he's better than Drake London. So I'm kind of with you. I like him. Would I take him like 14 or 15? Sure, but like 5, 6? There's other good receivers in this draft too. Speaking of the draft, we got you covered with Chiefs draft hats, so pick one up today at chatsports.com/ChiefsDraft. We got the flat bill, got the curve bill, snapback fitted, different styles available for you at that link below, so click that link in the comments or in the description. Pick up some draft hats before the draft starts and rep the Kansas City Chiefs on draft night. Battle Cat. You want edge, but who is our CB depth? I'm not impressed. Yeah, I mean, look, you got Rashad Fenton, you got L'Jarius Sneed. I like those two corners. But you look at this defensive back as a whole, you don't really have a CB2. Now, Sneed could go play outside, but then you need a nickel. I don't think DeAndre Baker is someone you want to start. DiCaprio Bootle, no thanks. Yeah, you need another defensive back. That's why Daxton Hill's interesting. He can play corner or safety. Maybe you put him at nickel and L'Jarius Sneed play outside. That would give you some versatility there for sure. Dale Webb with a juicy question. Trade for Deebo Samuel. Did a video on this. That's why you should subscribe. Should the Chiefs trade for Deebo? I broke this down in further detail. I'm intrigued. I don't know what the price is, but he's spectacular. There's no doubt. Battle Cat is battle back. Would you rather trade up for Jameson Williams or Trent McDuffie? Probably Jameson Williams, although I really like McDuffie. I'd be fine with McDuffie at corner, trading up to like 17 or 18 to get him. I don't think he'll fall to 29, so yeah, I'd be open to that. Mihu, why don't they give Darius Fontaine and Cornell Powell a chance? They might. They absolutely might. Gaspack, what don't you like about George Pickens? Not saying you dislike him, but I recall you saying he's not worth drafting high in the second or in the bottom of the first. Injury history. Didn't put up crazy numbers. Not that numbers are everything, especially coming out of that offense. I would take him at pick 50, middle of the second round. Definitely 62. I just don't want to take him at 29 or 30. I think there's better players. I mean, that's really the simple way to answer. I don't think he's a guy worth taking in the first round, so I'm not going to. Same with Christian Watson. Matt Miller had him mocked to the Chiefs at 30. I wouldn't take him in the first round. I'd take him in the second, but not in the first. Who's going to win the AFC West this upcoming year? The Chiefs are the betting favorites, by the way. Type KC for Kansas City, type LV for Las Vegas, type LAC for the Chargers, or you can type DEN for the Denver Broncos. Zcash Bands, do you think our offense will be better or worse this season? Oh, man. I want to be optimistic and say better, but I also understand it's going to be hard to replace Tyreek Hill. I don't know. I got to see it. I think it's going to look different. It's going to look different. How about that? It's going to be different. Daniel Lamberth, realistic choices at 29 and 30. Like, if you don't trade, I think it's possible Treylon Burks could fall to 29, although I'd be surprised. Jahan Dotson, I think, is a name to potentially monitor there. If you want to go edge is a tricky spot there. Like, do you want to take David Ajabo coming off the Achilles and probably won't play this year? He'll probably be there. Will George Karlaftis fall there? I doubt it. That's why I think trading up makes sense, because you have 12 draft picks. You don't need to use 12 picks. You need like 7 or 8. So I think you could package 29 or 30 with a second or third, move up to the top 20, and make a selection there. Follow me on Twitter at HGrahamNFL, at HGrahamNFL. If we didn't answer your question here on this mailbag, you can ask me over there. I'm an open book. I'm always checking my DMs, so DM me about the Chiefs or the NFL. It's at HGrahamNFL.